Hey, what's up, guys? 36 Brimstone back. We're gonna try to do this like every Sunday if we can, or most Sundays anyway.
At least once a week.
At least once a week. Today we're gonna be talking about a little bit of like behind the scenes to the Hell Here music video, and like how we came up with the idea, and like how the whole filming process went, and us setting up everything. So yeah. Basically, like when we recorded the song, we knew it was pretty good. It's probably our favorite, or one of them anyway.
One of them for sure. Yeah.
And we knew we had to fucking capitalize on it. So Elizabeth had the idea, my wife. Like she said, whenever she had heard it, it reminded her of like water. Right?
And she let me know that when I was
called you.
I was on vacation.
You were on vacation. You were driving, and
I think I was in fucking Utah.
Yeah, we called Brady up, and we kind of just planted that seed in his head. And let that go, and I'm kind of gonna let you, what was going through your head while you were rolling.
Well, I think when you guys contacted me, we were driving through the Salt Flats in Utah, and I think we drove by
citizens of Utah.
The Utah. I was driving by a salt flat that was flooded, and I thought to myself, we could do a lake, or we could do something. She had brought this idea of drowning, and I was like, drowning, that's really, because the sample that we used, it does kind of sounds underwater, it sounds painful, you know what I mean, within itself. So I was like, well, what could I do to imitate the drowning, but not use a murky ass fucking lake? And I had this bathtub in my basement that was there whenever I moved in. Landlord left it there, and it was creepy as hell. It had a smiley face. If you know Grease Trap, in the cover art for Grease Trap, that's the smiley face that was painted on that bathtub, and it was super creepy, bright yellow shit all around it, real fucking weird. And I was like, oh, we could use that. And then when I went to set it up, I think I want to do transparent plastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were gonna do transparent plastic on it.
And so I ended up trying to set this thing up
because originally with the I wanted to get transparent plastic, then we're gonna get lights set up on the outside of it, so like the inside of it was a lot brighter. Because originally what we wanted to do is we wanted to do blood in the bathtub, instead of what we ended up using, which we'll get into that in a little bit. But we wanted to use blood in there and stuff like that, and then just really light it up from the outside with the transparent plastic.
I think the idea of it was, with the blood and the transparent plastic, was that the inside of the plastic was going to be like a very perfect white.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that when the blood splashed, it would leave like a very distinctive color on the fucking plastic, and on the paint. And we got to set the shit up with the clear plastic. And I brought him down the basement. I was like, man, I told him before.
Yeah,
I was like,
he had it all set up with that bathtub, and it was like on this other part of his basement.
Yeah.
And we were just sitting there looking at it, and we were like, yeah, this ain't gonna fucking work.
I told him prior, I'm like, yeah, this doesn't look good at all. This is not gonna work. So then we decided, we had looked around the basement, we found a section that was perfectly cleared out. I do believe that's what we did next, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or did we contemplate anything else?
Right.
I mean, I don't remember.
We just knew where it was because it was like off of like this wall that the bathtub was attached to.
Yeah.
And we just knew that wasn't a big enough space because our boy Chico, we wanted to give him enough room to get like a whole bunch of shots and stuff, as many shots as he could. And we just knew that wasn't going to work. It was too cramped. So we ended up moving to another part of his basement. Because his basement,
and even then, though, when we moved over to the next spot, it was still tight.
It was tight.
He had very little room to work, but really that was kind of the idea. We didn't want it to be, we wanted it to be as personal as possible. But no, we seen the clear plastic, and we have basements in my window. Most basements do. I mean, windows in my basement.
Basements in his windows.
Yeah, we had that too. It was all fucked up. But the light was coming through, and we didn't want natural light, we wanted normal light. And then we decided, fuck it, we're not even gonna do the light. We're gonna go all black. And
because I think originally, like, because we were like, man, the black lights would look pretty tight, like something like that. Then we're like, well, fuck it, if we're gonna do black lights, we might as well just go all black with the plastic, so no light comes through.
It wasn't like, so we had an initial plan, and I guess that's the lesson, right? You can have an initial plan, improvising is where it's at. You know what I mean? Because everything after that point was not really planned directly. It was every week on my days off from work. Every week on my days off, we come up with new ideas. We would do different shit. And it took us fucking forever, man, to get that set up and get it perfect, man. I mean, like, by the end of it, it was fucking perfect. And anyways, for the bathtub that we had it was a newer bathtub, and it wasn't a clawfoot bathtub. And I told them, I said, dude, it'd be really tight, man. Like, if we put a clawfoot bathtub, because it adds just a fucking certain essence to it. You know what I mean?
That nice like feel to it.
Yeah, and then when we got the bathtub, fuck, man. When we went to get there, we were going to.
There's a bit of a story attached to this bathtub. Because, like, originally you had talked to this dude in St. Louis who had gotten a clawfoot out of a burnt down house. He had helped, like, clean everything out. And how much was he charging you for it?
Oh, fucking, I think $225.
It was like $225 for this bathtub and shit like that. And we were going to Springfield or St. Louis to pick the shit up. Like, Brady had messaged them the whole fucking 9 we were going. Well, we stopped at Shell beforehand to pick up gas and drinks and shit. And you ran into this chick here.
It's my girlfriend's cousin. Her aunt, sorry. She saw us and asked us what we were doing. And I told her, I said, you were going to St. Louis to get this clawfoot bathtub for this music video. And she's like, why are you going all the way to St. Louis? It's like, because there's literally none around here. And she's like, I have one in my backyard. And I was like, oh shit, really? So we went, I told her, I said, well, we're going to your house now. Is your husband home, Terry? And she's like, yeah, he's home. And we got out there. And she had already let him know that we were coming. And he's like, oh, I didn't plan on selling it. I'm like, dude, I'm here with cash. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with cash.
Pull that cash out.
Yeah, and he was like,
oh,
he's like, all right, well, go look at it. So we went and looked at it, and it was, the outside of it's really rough. I mean, it was like, the inside of it, perfectly clean, though. It was amazing. I mean, it had dirt and shit in it, but it was amazing. And I talked to him. I said, he's like, well, how much are you going to pay in St. Louis? And I was like, $225. And he's like, oh, I'll sell it to you for $225, or he did something like stupid like that. And I was like, no. He's like, I'm saving you a trip to St. Louis. It's like, I'm getting this bathtub off your hands, right? So I think we ended up settling, long story short, we ended up settling like $160 on the bathtub. And I mean, it was relatively a low budget video, but it was more effort than it was anything.
Right. We had to carry that bathtub down. That bitch is every bit of 400 pounds.
Yeah, 300-400 pounds.
Yeah,
dude.
and it was me and Brady fucking carrying it like.
He called his wife.
He
called his wife. He called his wife and was like, honey, I might die. I might die.
Yeah, when you carry this fucking heavy-ass bathtub down these steep-ass steps, one fault, dude, that shit slips out of your hands, falls on your fucking chest, it's curtains. There's no coming back.
His wife and my old lady didn't give a fuck. They were like, oh, you might die? Cool. I'll see you later.
Fuck you.
And we're sitting here panicking, like, well, I don't know how the fuck we're going to get it down.
We got it fucking down there because me and, we take care of shit.
We take care of business.
We got it down there and fucking, because we had set up the black lights, the plastic, and we went and got black light paint. And we're, spray paint on there because we knew that would look really fucking cool. And by the way, green glow-in-the-dark spray paint sucks. It gunks up really easy.
Yeah,
if you look in the music video, there's not very much green on like the walls. It's because like we went and got like at least 3 cans. And like within
more than that.
I don't fucking know. Within the first like 10-15 minutes spraying this stuff, it would gunk up. And it would just be out of commish, man. Like the orange spray paint, no problem. But that green spray paint just sucked.
Yeah, it was really bad. I don't know why either.
Yeah, I don't know. The orange spray paint, there was no problem. And I mean, like, we painted stuff before. Like, it wasn't like we were doing something wrong or anything.
Right.
I mean, it was kind of cold in the basement, but it wasn't anything too crazy. I mean, even if that was the case, the orange spray paint would mess up. So what I'm telling you is, if you're going to get green glow-in-the-dark stuff, chill out on that green spray paint.
Yeah,
maybe we could have got better quality stuff. I don't know. I think we got Krylon, though, right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
We got some. But
I don't really remember what brand. But I just remember the green shit. Whatever it was, it fucking was awful.
But so then we're sitting there and we're like, man, we put water in here and stuff like that. And I guess Brady was just because I didn't even really think about it.
Because I remember you had left one night. We had gotten everything set up. Oh no, it was before that. We hadn't even got the bathtub yet.
Yeah, because we had everything set up for a while before we actually got the bed. Because we were looking for bathtubs, looking at prices and stuff, and we had the basement set up for at least a couple weeks to a month.
Yeah.
Before we had the bathtub all put together.
I found what I did was I looked up stuff that glowed under black lights, under UV lights and stuff, and like liquids that looked like blood is what we initially wanted to go for, and we stuck with the blood idea even with the black plastic, like throughout instead of going with the white and clear plastic, we went with everything dark and bright stick out colors, right? And I looked up stuff that was going to glow that looked like blood, and literally the only thing that I could find, and there might be something, I might get fact checked here, but the only thing I could find was the stuff called it's some type of chlorophyll thing, and it's these little tablets. And you basically grind those up and you mix them with like some type of oil, and it looks like blood, and you can use that as blood. Well, I don't know about any of you, but I don't want to fucking drown in oil and fucking green chlorophyll shit, because in regular light it looks green, under black lights it looks red. And so then I found a YouTube video, and there's several of these out there, and it was a liquid, tonic water. That's end up the quinine or something, whatever's in that water actually glows.
It's
that
actually,
bright blue.
from what I hear, this stuff like it's like used in like gin and tonics was originally like a medication because actually like that chemical that's in there, it helps your body and stuff.
Really?
So, yeah, that's a little fun fact for you. But
yeah, I mean that's kind of what we did with that, and of course, like when I did, because he wasn't really that involved on All I See Is Red. But when I did All I See Is Red, I had this fucking insane idea, and for what it's worth, it turned out all right. It could have been better just as far as like the idea goes, because the filming and all that shit was amazing. The idea could have been better, but that's when we presented this idea to Chico. I mean, he's like, oh my god, we're gonna make a fucking movie. This is amazing, and blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
And
because tonic water. That's what we used. It was tonic water because that shit's in tonic water.
Yeah.
I don't know if you went over that.
Yeah.
Kind of zoned out a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tonic water. And if you look on his page, he was like recording while we were filling up the bathtub. And what was he saying? He was like, "Oh, the water,
holy water from Himalayas."
Yeah, the holy water of Himalayas. He's like, "We're gonna baptize you and that stuff because it looks amazing." I mean, the song's playing right now. But I mean, if you look at that music video, it's stunning. Like that what that does. So that's a cool little trick. Continue with what you're saying. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean that we kind of figured that out, and we tested it under black lights, and it worked. And we went with that, and everything else kind of was, like I said, everything from the point we changed ideas from the clear plastic to the black plastic was all improvised. Even just, I mean, as far as like, I mean, I guess not the main idea of wanting to be the drowning idea.
Yeah, we kept, that was the one thing that stayed constant
solid
through the whole thing, was like we knew we were gonna be drowning each other in whatever was going on.
Yeah, we knew that was gonna stay. Thanks to his wife Elizabeth, she sparked that idea and we just ran with it. But it all just kind of improvised itself into what it was. And I think a lot of the times, when you're doing creative things, especially creative things, whether it's painting, music, whatever, a lot of stuff is improvised. I guess not in painting. I'm not a painter. I don't know, but I know that. Yeah, I mean maybe.
What kind of painting you're doing,
well, yeah, that's true. But I know that a lot of stuff in music, it's like, I don't want to die sober.
Just think on your feet.
Yeah.
I mean, with any endeavor that you're going into and stuff like that, like, you stay on your toes, man.
For real.
And like, if it's a good idea, I mean, just run with it and change it if
you feel
necessary.
If you feel yourself being like, oh, this is. If you tell yourself, I'll make it work. That's what I always say. If I'm telling myself I'll make it work, or I'll be like, oh, that'll work for now, or that'll work. And if you're saying that, or if you're not saying, holy shit, I love this, then don't do it. You know what I mean? Go to something else.
Figure something else out.
Yeah, because I mean that's one thing. Fuck, we did that with. I mean, pretty much with Metamorphosis. I mean, like when we dropped that, it was more like except for Ass Not. That we knew Ass Not was great, but a lot of that other stuff on there was like we were so eager to drop a project that most of the other stuff was like that'll work. You know what I mean? Like, and as we've progressed as artists and stuff, we have started to realize it pays to be perfectionist and it pays to be patient. So I mean it's kind of what happened with the music video. We improvised most of everything that we did in there, and for what it's worth, for our opinion, you know what I mean. Granted, we're biased, but we think it turned out amazing. You know what I mean, and I'm really proud of that video.
Yeah, I'm super glad that we got it done before everything hit the fan too. Yeah. I remember I was talking to Elizabeth because Chico had come in and recorded it. We'll get into a little bit more about how the day went and everything too. But he sent us a little snippety thing. And I showed it to Elizabeth, and she was blown away. And she just kept hounding me, like at least every other day. Like, when's that music video gonna be done? I'm like, look, man, I don't know. He's handling his business.
Be patient.
Yeah, right. But I'm just glad that it is done, and it is gonna be put out. No matter what at this point.
Right.
But yeah, when it came to the music video itself, like, we got the shirts, we got the pants. We filled everything up. We didn't do straight tonic water in there. We diluted it a little bit with normal water, but I mean, it still didn't look.
We bought Litchfield and Carmel out all their tonic.
Yeah, we went in there and we cleaned house. So we took care of all that stuff, and Brady went first, obviously, and I came in and drowned at his ass, and we did a lot of shots,
which was crazy because even like we didn't think about this until you had actually gotten. I mean, maybe you thought about it but didn't say nothing to me. But so in between the drowning shots, in between of actually being drowned, and I mean I'm not kidding you when I'm talking we were drowning each other, like we were seriously drowning each other, like it was rough.
I wanted to be as legit as humanly possible.
Yeah, but I was like every time I was like, okay, let me take a break, get a breath. And I didn't think about it, you know, like, you don't, if you want it to be as legit as possible, you don't want to take a breath.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so he had did that when he got on. It was literally one shot after the other. As fast as Chico would say go, I mean, as fast as we could go, he was drowning again.
I would barely breathe in between takes. I
Yeah.
was just like, they're like, hey, you can sit there for a second. I was like, nah, man. And I went back down because, yeah.
Didn't you end up starving yourself before then, too?
No, I was going to.
Yeah, I know.
I was going to, but it ended up happening. Because I wasn't going to sleep. I was going to starve myself for at least a couple of weeks again. And because whenever I start getting fat, like, you know, that shit might be coming up soon. But it's not healthy, I know, but fuck you. You know, like, I don't give a fuck. You know, live your life.
But I mean,
right?
that would have, the video turned out great. I'm not taking nothing away from that.
Right.
But that was a really good idea. And I don't blame nobody for not doing that. You know what I mean? Because that's rough. But if that would have been pulled off, I mean.
Oh, I've done it. I've done it multiple times.
Yeah, I know.
I've done it a lot, man.
I mean, the farthest I've ever fasted is like 48 hours. And that's
Right.
fucking rough, bro. That's really rough. But no, I mean, yeah, that's what he did on his part. And I mean, you could just see it in his eyes on that part. You know what I mean? There's a lot there. You know what I mean? Like it was amazing. You know what I mean? And I mean, I think my part was good too. But I'm gonna suck this man's dick for a minute here.
Well, and Chico was also worried about like how much exposure we would get with like how dark the plastic was and everything. Because he came in and we tried like a few different things. And he was like, with these black lights, I mean, I don't know how this is all gonna work, man. And then when we started filling up the bathtub full of tonic water, and
yeah, the actual illuminated
and everything,
like
he was like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna work.
Yeah.
Like this will be fine." And it was, you know, it worked out really well and shit. So yeah, it all ended up going really good. But yeah, you know, I mean, it's a good music video. Chico came in, did excellent work. We ended up talking about like some stories of Chico. I'm not gonna get into that. Some of the shit that Chico was telling me about where he's from, dude.
That motherfucker hard, bro.
The Philippines don't fuck around. But yeah, and it was, you know, it was great, man. Like I said, I got a lot of other ideas. Whenever all this shit dies down and stuff, you know, hopefully we can get 1 or 2 done over the summer, drop some more and stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah, so besides the music video, I mean, we've, you know, like, we got that done and we're super proud of it, you know, and we're glad it's getting a lot of engagement on social media and even on YouTube. And we're really glad about that. We still have annexphobia. We're still putting in work on that. And we've actually started.
Yeah, we started on another project.
Yeah, we've got probably 6 songs. I wouldn't say done, not done at all.
Started
6 songs started.
Fuck it. Let's, you know.
Which I mean, as far as like material goes, we've got a lot of it. I don't know how good any of it is, but we've got a lot of it. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. But no, I mean, like we do. That's the thing about us, man. We're not doing anything. We're not doing anything that we personally. I don't know how to put it. We're not doing anything that we're specifically making for you guys to like or for people to like in general. Not you guys, but people to like in general. We're doing what it is that we like, and we're in that sense we're trying to do us, but also engage.
Yeah, we're not gonna like sell out, try to like change our sound just because we feel like that would give us like better exposure.
Yeah.
Which I mean, maybe that's the smarter like marketing ploy. But I mean, I wouldn't be able to look at myself in the fucking mirror if I did that, you know. Like,
and we get it sometimes, you know what I mean? It's like we do really outlandish, really crazy shit and really crazy, concepts. But that's us, you know what I mean? And that's what we're gonna do. And for the most part, we're getting love on it from a lot of you guys and people that just a lot of people in general are showing us love, whether they're legitimately fans or not. You know, we're doing us. And it seems to be working for the most part. And we just keep putting in work, man, and we keep doing us. And that's like, I think that's the most important thing. And I said that in another video I posted, you know, if 20 out of every 5,000 people like you, you know what I mean? Like, you're on a good pace. And it's not really about the people that like you, but at the same time, it's like, you know, some validation or some recognition, really. You know what I mean? Because it's important as an artist, I do believe. But I mean, like I said, we're working and we're putting in work. We're doing what we can when we can. You know what I mean? For the most part. But I mean, yeah. I mean, the fucking Hell Here music video fucking was great. Fucking Annexphobia is hopefully gonna be good.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's gonna be good. And like
I mean, there's a lot of shit on there that people have already heard too now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's anything new.
But yeah, we got a lot of stuff in the works. Some more music video ideas. We gotta get a hold of Chico, obviously, when everything dies down and stuff. And yeah, you know, I mean, it's going pretty good. We just wanted to give you, because we didn't do any footage of behind the scenes of the Hell Here music video. Hopefully we can start doing some more stuff like that. But we wanted to talk about
Usually we did some on All I See Is Red too, but I think it's because we had so many extra hands around.
right.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I mean, you know, we want to talk about kind of the stuff like the whole process of what we went through, you know, what all we used, you know, everything like that. We ended up buying like 3 black lights for it and shit. Like, it's, you know, I mean, it was what it was.
I think for future videos, just like not even like music videos, but like the videos that we're doing like right here, I think we're gonna start going into, you know, depth about the history of us and, you know, how we become, you know, come into contact and the irony of it and shit. You know, we're gonna talk about a lot of shit. It's gonna be something that we do on the regular now, like he said in the beginning of the video.
Yeah, try to do it every Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, we might miss a few or something like that, depending on what's going on.
We might do a few extra.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Shit,
it all just depends what's on our mind. And I mean, if there's ever a time where it's just me or it's just him, you know what I mean?
That's never gonna happen.
Yeah, well, there might be somewhere it's just me. I don't fucking know.
I'm never gonna be like, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah,
I mean, if anything, if you want to see more of me, Elizabeth does her animal videos.
And just ask
I'll
her to
be
turn
like
the
yelling
camera.
random shit in the background, like while I'm drinking fucking
Fuck!
all kinds of shit. I've been getting drunk lately. I need to calm down, but I'll just be like back there. Oh, the trapdoor spider! I fucking love it, and that's dope because I really do love the trapdoor spider.
I love the mantis shrimp, bro.
Yeah, mantis shrimp.
When she did the video on the mantis shrimp, I'm telling you, Elizabeth Ingalls Williams, you need to go fucking check her
go
videos
follow her
out.
stuff, man. She looks into, like, she literally like gets these notes together and she does it all legit as much as she can anyway.
Yeah.
And then she'll piece this whole thing together, and I'll normally be sitting by her, like, just downplaying everything that she's saying because I'm a fucking asshole. But, you know, that's how I do it, man.
That's how it goes.
If I'm not being an asshole to her, something's wrong.
Yeah, but go check her shit out, man, because she does talk about a lot of interesting stuff. Like, I'm not gonna go on anything that I've learned from her because that's what she needs to do, and that's why you need to go follow her so you can learn.
But yeah, if you're watching this, man, go share that Hell Here music video again. I'm probably fucking going to tonight. I don't know. Yeah, go out there, you know, listen to our stuff again, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Good. Yeah, but I think we're about pretty good here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that covers it all.
All right, yeah.
I wanna give, before we go, I wanna give another shout out to DB Entertainment, Dion Brown. I want to give a shout out to STS Audio and Production Tracks. That's No Face.
Nasty.
Yeah, that's amazing. I want to give a shout out to Cobain, which is a beat that we're listening to right now, Death Wish. He is. I don't know how much publicity he wants, but he's getting some right now. Cobain, fucking Cobain. That's all I gotta say, bro. The hardest beats I've ever heard. I swear to God.
On our new project. Annex Phobia, he's on there.
Yeah.
On the one that we're gonna be doing after that, we got beats from him on there.
Yeah, we just started making that project. We already got beats from him.
Oh yeah, of course. So I mean, yeah, he's a G. I
think he tends to go under the radar, and I think maybe that's where he wants it. But I don't care where he wants it. I'm gonna tell you about his ass right now. Yeah, but Cobain. Who else?
No one. Fuck it. No, I'm just joking.
Kid Crusher, Kung Fu, Young Matt.
Yeah. You know, everybody that's on the project and everything. All the fuckers up in my house, you know who you are.
Yeah, Edgar Allan
Shout out to
Manic.
you too. Yeah, I mean, you know, we're just doing our thing. Hopefully next week, pretty sure next week you guys will be seeing another video from us. We'll be talking about something.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
And yeah, take it easy, guys.
All right, later, fellas.
Yeah, peace.
And ladies, sorry.